Welcome to another unauthorized and rum-fueled skill-building treasure hunt in the sharky waters around the Gatsby Islands without Queen Ray. This is OlaCast Skill Builder, and I'm your host, Captain Ola Vea. That's right. I had to kill the sound on YouTube there. Okay. What are we doing today then, people? Can we source YouTube videos at build time with Gatsby? That's what's supposed to say on the what up there. Why? I'll read it. I don't know if you can see it, but I'll read it for you. YouTube is not a safe tool for Lillian 7, Pirate Princess. I'm not going to go into why. And I'm not actually sure if this is what I'm doing here is super duper safe yet. But that's the why. I'm trying to find a safe-ish way to show my own videos to Lillian on her own web app. Yep. How? And we have 7 letters today that we're going to go through. That's the steps on the how. It's GIG, GLES. Giggles. Yep. Let's go. Share screen. Yep. Share. No. Yes, there you go. Here it is. I want it to be a little bit bigger. I'll make it bigger. Yeah. And then, so this is how it's going to look. Should I make that bigger too? I could. Does it help? So this is a video here. I can click it and it starts playing. Right here. Well, it's not actually playing very... Oh, did I? There you go. You know, I don't know if you heard that, but that was Tom Eric talking. It's that guy there in the middle. He's talking and it works. So how did we do this? How did we do it? Oh! I have a comment. Can you all see it? Yep. Al Cubes. In the morning. In the morning, Al Cubes. Great to see you. I see that you're a cat on YouTube. I'm also a cat on a lot of other things on the interwebs. Yep, the Bat Cat. If you recognize me, I don't know. I'll hide your comment now because that's what they tell me to do. Great to see you, Al Cubes. All right then. Yeah, let's get to it. So we're going to start here in Gatsby Node. And I'm not going to live code so much today. I'll just take you through it and try to show where is my red thread? Here it is. I'm going to try to show you that there is a red thread. Oh, really? OMG. It's Yuki Ami. I don't know how to say it. Yuki Ami from No Agenda Social. Yeah. Hello. Yeah. I just yeah, I just yeah, yeah. I I just saw where you got your name, your Yuki Ami name. Yeah. Okay, I'll get to it. I'll get right to it. Okay, so here the first letter I'm gonna put in is the G. It's a good letter, G. So what I do here is basically get the data. Get the data, man. I'm getting the data here. I'll show you where it comes from later. And the kind of the red thread that I'm going to follow here through the labyrinth of my own code is this: I for ID. So I'm going to decide what data is uncursed on the YouTube, and I'm gonna red string it. Yep. So that's what we're doing, and we are basically telling my code here. This is a YouTube ID, and I'm saying this one is good. This one is good. These are all good. Everything else on YouTube is potentially cursed, so we're not showing them. Yeah. So that's the first step of the red thread. It starts there. It starts there. And this, yes, bro. Is this your podcast? Yes, bro. This is totally my podcast, Yukiami. Yuki. I usually think of you as Yuki. That I know that's just half the name and one of the characters in that movie, but yeah, this is my podcast. And these are all over here. Where's my cursor when I need it? Over here. These are all my episodes. That's the only thing I'm getting in here into my code. These are all my episodes from past Sundays. Okay. So, can you people still see me even though I sit here? I'm saying these here YouTube videos are allowed. They are the only ones that are allowed. Yep. And then I'm basically, oh, I need to put the I here. I. And then the next G is content digest. Here. Content digest. So I'm basically just making this content digest because Gatsby says I have to do it. I must have a content digest. And what is a content digest? A content digest, let's pretend that our node, yeah, that's cool. Let's pretend that our node, so each of these videos, I'm now creating a node for each video here. And each of them, let's pretend that each video node is a leather bag filled with treasure. What's inside that treasure? That's the content digest. Is kind of a piece of paper like this tied to the bag of treasure where it says, well, it can't have it that way, where it says here, yeah, where it says what's inside, kind of. It kind of says what's inside. And it's very useful for Gatsby because then instead of looking at the whole node, they just look at the digest and they say, yeah, we got this, we already got this, or this node actually changed. Somebody went and edited the video or changed the title or something. So then we have to build it again. We have to build it again. So we always have to have a content digest with Gatsby, and I love it. I also make this type here. I call them YouTube embed, and that is very, very useful because here I have something called graphical. Graphical here, and here I can look at all my data. I'm trying to get my cursor here. Yeah, there you go. So all my data, look at this. All YouTube embed. I just made that name, I think. Or maybe not. But anyway, they just, all my YouTubes now that I've said are cool here, they are inside here. I'm gonna show you that later. And I think actually my type is, yes, here. This is what I created. Type YouTube embed. Yeah, that's right. I didn't make up the name up here. I made this. I decided that this was there. And also, let's click the Explorer again and have a look at the Content Digest, which is here. It looked like that. Just a bunch of, come on. Come on, cursor. Okay, I'll use my, okay, sorry. Sorry that I can't actually get it. Can I do that? Yes! They're just a bunch of letters and numbers, but Gatsby understands that kind of thing. So that's it. That's GIG. That's GIG. Yeah. Okay. Those are the 3 first steps. Let's move on to the next 2. Yep. So where is, so these are all the videos. We haven't looked at what's inside of the nodes yet, but we will look at that later. But where do they come from? Where do they come from? So this here is the actual data. I'm passing it into the node, the create node. I'm making them, and that, as you can see, embed data comes from up here, const embed, and it's awaiting this fetch embed, which is up here. That is my 3rd G of the day, of the giggles there, because when I say here require, that means that I'm using this file here inside Gatsby node here, and that file is right here. And as you can see, this is why it's legitimate to call it G, because I'm using Axios here to getting stuff from this API here. This is YouTube's embed API, which is a standard across a lot of services that a lot of services follow, including YouTube. So I'm getting this data here with a fetch embed, and I'm passing it in. But how do I know that I'm not getting, uncursed? How do I know that I'm not getting cursed data? Evil videos that Lillian shouldn't see. Yep. I am passing this ID here into the fetch embed, and that comes from here. Wait a minute, I'm jumping ahead. No, I'm not jumping ahead. This is the L. Loop over. So I'm looping over all, I'm looping over all these YouTube IDs here that I created up here, or I copy pasted them from the share thing on YouTube, the link there. So this is the ID of each of the videos. I'm looping over each of them that I've chosen as uncursed, and each of them gets, I'm calling then each of them ID. So every one of them gets their own ID here, and then I'm passing that ID to this here. So you see here, I'm going into the API and I'm saying, hey, dude, give me these URLs here but only the ones with that idea. And I'm logging it. That it's I'm logging it if it's working, and if it works, I return the data. But if it's not working, I'm returning this error. And I've had a lot of that. Yeah, man. That's GL getting the data. Here, get data. Looping over the YouTube IDs. I can write it. Loop over YouTube IDs and create one ID for everyone. Yep. Wow, we're way past half now. Way past half. So that's GIG, GL. There's only 2 letters left. It's E and S. Yeah. And this is what we're going to look at now is more kind of React stuff. Here. E. E for embed. Embed, blah, 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 blah. E for embed 1 video per page. This is just function here. It's just a function. I'm passing in the data, you know. I think it just comes straight from here, passing it in, or at least it comes from there and it ends up here. No, that's not right. Sorry about that. Sorry. This data here comes from here. GraphQL, which is a great little tool. And YouTube now, I mean, Gatsby has taken that tool, fixed it up. I'm gonna open my can here. Gatsby has taken GraphQL, fixed it up so it's easier for me to use with Gatsby, and I'm using that. Okay, so I think basically what's happening is that the data comes in here, it goes into the GraphQL, and then I'm using GraphQL to get it. So I'm not taking it directly from YouTube at all. It comes into the GraphQL, and I take it from here, and I pass it up here. And now I have made sure that not only do I only get the videos that I want, I also get just exactly the stuff I want from each. And as I shown you, so here is, you can see here are all the videos, but on this here page, in this here function, I'm querying each video, just one, not all. Here I query all, here I just query one, and that looks like this. I click on my Explorer again like that. I go all the way down here. And what I'm basically saying here is that my YouTube embed data has an ID which equals $ID. For example, this is an ID, but I shouldn't have the, like that, copy, put it in there, and it equals that. That's great. And what code, what data do I want? I want the title, and I want the HTML. And I'd click play, and here it is. Can you see it? Is it a little bit hidden? I can maybe even make it bigger. Let's try to make it bigger. Yeah, here we go. Oh, whoa. So I gave it an ID. So I'm just getting this one video here. A pirated pizza schema, Insanity.io. And the HTML is here. So it's an iframe, and I'm basically getting the embed video here. So that we're still on the E, we're almost at the end now. And it looks like this. So this here is this page. A pirated pizza schema in Sandy.io. So that's what I played for you earlier. So that the only thing I'm using here, as you can see, is the title up here. That comes from there. Oh! Good evening, Ura, says Krister. Krister from Snootyland. Well, he's actually Norwegian, so maybe I should say Krister. Good evening, Krister. Yeah. How's it going there with your son and everything, huh? Stuff is happening. Getting it to work? Yes! Yes, it works! Look at this, Krister. I'm embedding this video here from YouTube. I don't know if you hear that, but I don't know if you heard that, but I heard it. So it's working. You can see there was some movement. Yeah. So yeah, it works. I need to remove your comment. They always remind me to do that. Oh, Inessa is here. Oh, you can't hear the audio playback. Well, that's okay. It's kind of boring actually, the playback. Hey, there's Inessa too. Hello, Inessa. How you doing? Yeah, I'm not going to write comments because I can't do things at the same time. Yeah. Okay, for you people, Christian and Inessa, I'll run through it again. Quickly, I promise, quickly. Because I've written in all my things. And then at the end, you can see this last here, the S. But first, I'm going to run through it from the start. Yep. So, what, why, and how? What is sourcing videos from YouTube? Can you see it? Very small, maybe. Yeah, that's life. Sourcing videos from YouTube. That's what I'm doing because I want you. Why? YouTube is not a safe tool for Lillian's 7 Pirate Princess. So I only want her to see the videos I decide. And how? GIGGLES. Giggles. Those are my steps. I'm going to go through them right now. Elbow cuff. Oh, sorry. I must remove you, Ines. Oh, sorry. There you go. Okay. If I move stuff on my little screen down there, it's going to be easier to see it. Okay, so we start here. G, get the data. Here. I'm going to talk more about that later, but this is the data here. I'm creating a node, and I'm getting the data into the node. But who is Ura? Who is Ura, Yuki? Yuki, I'm Ura, I'm I got 2 personalities. I'm a cat in a way, but not a cat, and I'm a human. That's life. That's life. Yeah, that's life on the interwebs. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so G, get data. I, ID. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no. Okay, I'll get moving here on the code. Sorry. Okay, get the data. And so the IDs here are my red thread, which I'm going to use to not get lost in my code and in the data from YouTube. I'm gonna keep my IDs as a red thread. I'm gonna show you now how I do it. So here I'm saying that I want an ID on this node, and I want it to be the ID. I want it to be the ID. And where does it come from? Well, if you go all the way back now, wait, no, I'll tell you. Didn't I tell you? I'll tell you. Let's just go all the way back here to where I create. No, what happened here? Did I remove that? Ah, it's back. So look at this. I just copy pasted in these here IDs from YouTube on my own videos, which are the ones that are listed here. These are the videos I made in my podcast on Sundays. And those are the only ones that Lillian will see. She thinks they're boring, but that's not my problem. So I basically just make a variable here, call it YouTube IDs, and I put in an array with all of these here. This is the end of the thing you get when you click share on YouTube. So that's the YouTube ID, and that's how I create them. But I'm going to show you what I do with them to make it work. But first I'm going to, so that's kind of get the data and ID. But I'm using some stuff here from Gatsby, and that's why I can make it work, or else I would never be able to do this. And get, so that's the GIG, content digest. Here I must make a content digest because Gatsby says so. And a content digest, if you can pretend that the node is like a bag of treasure, a leather bag of treasure, then there is this piece of paper tied to each leather bag of treasure, each node, and that's the content digest. It says basically, in a way, what's inside, or it's more like if what's inside changes, then Gatsby can see, oh, the content digest changed. I need to basically source this node again. I just use this thing here, create content digest, and I put my ID in there. All right, so that it knows where to look to find the node it's going to make the digest from. So that's GIG. Next two steps are GL, and that's up here. So I said I got the data, I'm getting the data, and this is how I get the data. I get the data from here, and this, it says it's services, but it's actually just a file that I'm going to show you right now. Here, this file, this is where I get the data, and so this Axios here is very good. You should check it out. They helped me to fetch it, and here I get it. I get it from an API called YouTube embed. It's good. It's good stuff. And I say, I want every YouTube URL with the IDs that I decided. Yeah. That's how I get the data. So I'm getting the data, and then that's G, and then L, I loop over my YouTube IDs here. And each of them gets the ID that I'm using further down. And then I also take this embed data. I'm pretty sure it comes from here somewhere. Whoa, where's it coming from? Where's my embed data coming from? Okay. No, I'm making it. Sorry. I'm just deciding. Let's call it embed data. Await the fetch, which is here, and pass it the ID and something called reporter. Let's not talk about that now. I don't really know how that works, so we'll look at that some other time. Maybe if there is embed data, we're going to return this here, create node. And this is a method I get from Gatsby, and it's on this source nodes hook here, which Gatsby also made. So this is kind of a function here where I'm using this hook asynchronously. And for each YouTube ID, I'm doing this here, getting the data, putting the data in here. Look, it's the same. Sorry. It's the same as up here. Putting it in, creating the IDs. And that's it. That's the looping. And now the last ones, E and S, and that's in here. E. So this is just a function. Embed one video per page. That's just a function. And this data here comes from the query here. So I'm not getting the data from YouTube directly into my page. I'm putting it into this here, GraphQL. Putting it into this, and then all my data is in here. YouTube embed, and I say, for this page, which you see here, which I'm making here, I only want one video, and that's the one with this ID. And I only want the title and the HTML. That's what I'm writing here. I'm saying, give me the YouTube embed with the ID, which is equal to ID. And that is the ID that I created in Gatsby node. Here, this one. Yep. And if I push play here to look at it, I get this. So this is one of the videos. And since I have this little dollar thing here, then I get one page for each video. So that's it. That's E. We're all the way now. Giggle. Keep rocking. Thanks, Yuki. Yeah, thanks. I am. I'm rocking on. I'm almost at the end now. S. So I am going to sing here. Well, I'm not actually going to sing this time, but that's what I want this thing to sing. And this, I'm kind of saying that this dollar sign here is also an S. So that's also an S. And it is a string, as you can see here. So that's SSS. So that's giggles. And then I get this page here. And you can play the video here. And you can also check it out. It's live over here at olavea.com /OlaCasts, which is what you're watching right now. olavea.com. Did I bring the slash? No. Let's put the slash in there. Slash. It is. Yep. A little smaller, but I'll just do this. And here it is. Okay, I have it that big. Does it work? Yes, it works. Okay, good. So that's it. That's it, people. That's it for today. Okay. I'll unshare my screen now. That was kind of I kind of summed it up there too. So, yeah. Okay, everybody. Cheers. Cheers. Okay, I will sing. I'll sing then. Oh, I just need to get it started. Okay. This has been another unauthorized and rum-fueled treasure hunt in the sharky waters around the Gatsby Islands without Queen Ray. I'm your host, Captain Olavea. Remember to smash that like button, friends. And today we source videos from YouTube. Na, 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 na. Let's see if I can both wave and click leave. Oh, music! Thank you, Krister. Krister, that's Norwegian. And music, yep. Okay, I can blow the thing while I wave. Bye.